We focus on the 22 wins as James Rahon joins us live on Extra Sports. James, always great to have you on the show. How's life on the Mesa?
Life's pretty good right now. You just got a pretty nice win, so can't complain.
No, we use the term the zone in basketball a whole lot. Were you in the zone in Fort Collins? Can we say that?
I mean, you can say that. I was my teammates were getting me the ball at the right times, and I was able to hit a couple shots for us. So I definitely felt pretty good out there.
You know, thinking about this team this year, I remember earlier when you had the Gonzaga win, that was a big win on the road. There was a chaotic time during the last seconds of the game. You guys seemed to keep your calm. And again, against Colorado State, you guys seem to keep your calm in the midst of chaos. DJ Gay makes a shot, makes a play, and there goes a win on the road.
Coach always tells us to stay calm and collected, stay composed, even through the crazy parts of the game, and that's what we did, especially with a great leader like DJ. When the ball's in his hands, you know something good's going to happen. So we're fortunate to come out of there with a good win.
Yeah, and fans feel confident when DJ has the ball. But DJ's a senior; he'll be gone next year. Do you have the mentality of a player who wants that last shot of a game?
Yeah, absolutely. All throughout high school, it's always nice to have the ball in your hands at big situations in the game. So definitely next year, looking forward to that a little more.
Do you guys run a lot of plays to set you up for a three, or is it mostly you just kind of posting up at the arc, letting guys dribble, defense collapse and kicks it out? Only reason I ask that is because during the BYU loss, I felt like they kind of lost sight of you, maybe hitting some, setting you up to hit some big threes to kind of keep up with, Fredette and his frenetic pace of scoring.
Yeah, we definitely, especially when I'm hot, after I hit a couple, we definitely come down and run a play for me. And other than that, sometimes just post around the three-point line and wait for someone to kick it out for a three. So
what's the name of the play?
A little bit of both.
What do they call the play?
It's called side three floppy, where we shoved that at the end where Kawhi drove baseline and I came around off a screen. It's the one shot I missed, but that's one of the plays we run. So.
It's interesting I asked that because I know it's very X's and O's for our listeners, but sometimes when you watch your team, James, it looks like the greatest pickup game, meaning you have just phenomenal athletes, but there's not always that much structure. Is that just my amateur eye, or is there a lot of structure to your offense?
Well, definitely, we're definitely taught to get the ball off a rebound and just go and run and get easy baskets. But when we do get slowed down and get into the half court, we do run sets and all that, so it's a little bit of both.
James Rahon is our guest here on Extra Sports 1360. James, TCU tomorrow night, you already saw this team. You've seen every team in the Mountain West Conference. Would you say top to bottom this is a competitive year, or is it top-heavy where there's only about 3-4 great teams?
I think there's a lot of great teams in this league. Going into any gym, especially away games, any game's going to be a tough game, and anybody can beat anybody at any time. So you always got to be ready to go into battle each and every game. So
have you seen?
Pretty even.
Have you seen the video of the students' lines as far as picking up tickets? It's basically wrapping around all of campus. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I actually did get a chance to see that. It was pretty crazy. It's great that we have such a great fan base, and we have the best fans, and we definitely appreciate that when we're playing. So.
It's a little surprising, though. That line went on way past the arc, down into parking structure 4, into Hepner Hall. I mean, my goodness, has this exceeded your expectations in a way?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The city's definitely rallying around us, and we're definitely going out there and playing for San Diego. So it's great to have all the fans and have everyone's support, and it's good to see.
James, we were talking earlier before we had you on that, we could potentially be looking at the last year for Kawhi Leonard. Obviously scouts will talk about how he can go very high in the first round of the draft, so you can't blame him. But do you get a sense, do you guys talk about that in the locker room with Kawhi, or maybe even when he's not around? Hey, I wonder if this will be his last year?
No, that's not something we worry about. We just look towards our main goal, which is winning every game we play. So, after the season, I'm sure there'll be more talk about all that, but we're trying to win games first. So.
Is he vocal? I know he may not be discussing his NBA future, but is Kawhi the type of guy to voice his opinions on and off the court?
He's definitely a quiet leader, but having to do with all that stuff, he's more he's got just the mindset that everyone else does. He's not really worried about it. The time will come when the season's over, and we're just focusing on TCU on Saturday. So
there it is, the perfect answer from James Rahon. James, when I watch Jimmer, 6'2", about 190 pounds, you would never guess that he's so athletically gifted. Do you find your own skills to be deceptive? I was surprised to read that you're 6'5". Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm about 6'4.5", 6'5". So
6'5", and how much do you weigh right now?
I weigh about 205.
205, but you have similar game where you can take it to the rack. You're not just a one-dimensional shooter who hangs out on the three-point line. Do you find your athleticism to be a little deceptive at times for the opponents?
Yeah, definitely, especially when guys are closing out because they think I'm going to just only shoot it, give them a nice shot fake, and do my thing going to the basket and pulling up and all that stuff. So that's all stuff I work on each and every day.
He is James Rahon, getting ready for TCU tomorrow. It's another sellout at San Diego State. James, we do appreciate the time. Wishing you nothing but health and success. Thank you.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man.
You got it.